All right, guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I know it's been a little bit since I put up my last one, and every time I create one, I plan on putting out more videos. But regardless, we're here. Thank you guys for being here and watching this video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about audience insights and figuring out different audiences that you're going to want to scale into, or not maybe scale into, but test, right? And figure out which audiences are performing best for your products, etc. Right? So, a common problem that people run into is they figure out a winning audience that's working for them, but they don't know how to find other audiences like it, right? And what they do a lot of times is they'll go into their ads manager. And in today's example, I'm going to be talking about like cosmetics, right? Not necessarily my cup of tea, but still something that we can just use as an example and figure out, right? So let's say cosmetics is your niche. That's where your product is. And everyone knows that Kylie Jenner's at the top of that list, right? With her, Kylie skin, all that different stuff that she has, right? So what a lot of people do is they'll go ahead and they'll pick an interest and they'll say, okay, Kylie Jenner's audience is working really, really well for my product. Let's find other audiences like that we want to, push our campaigns through, right? That we want to test these, test at the ad set level, et cetera, right? And what a lot of people do is they'll go in and they'll say, okay, so Kylie Jenner's a good interest for us right now. Let's go figure out other options. And they'll go and they'll click this suggestions button here. Now, with this suggestions button, you're seeing audiences like Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, Khloe, Kourtney, right? The entire family. Then it goes into the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Ariana Grande, etc. Right? It's getting into all these different artists, really, is where it kind of going. This coffee stuff is just because this is a coffee brand, one of my clients. But anyways, as you can see here, it's starting to go farther and farther away from true cosmetics and towards just other celebrities, right? And so some people will go through here and they'd say, okay, I'm going to take all these different interests, create all these different, create ad sets for each one of them, and I'm going to test, right? It's working well for Kylie Jenner and that interest. These are similar interests, or so it says, right? And now I'm going to scale my ads into these different ad sets and see how they perform, right? That would be what a lot of people do, and that is not the way that I would recommend in any way, shape, or form. One of the tools that I would absolutely recommend is going into audience insights and figuring out your audiences there. So if we go into audience insights and we type in Kylie Jenner on the left-hand side here, it's going to give you a bunch of information about those demographics of the people interested in Kylie Jenner, right? So makes a lot of sense that they're younger, that they're mostly women, etc., right? And so you'll get some good information there. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to click page likes here on the right of demographics. And when you click that, it will come up with pages that are likely to be relevant to your audience based on Facebook page likes, right? And it gives you an affinity score. And this affinity score is how likely your audience is to like a given page compared to everyone else on Facebook. So people that like Kylie Jenner are, ranking from top to bottom, very, very similar, and also interested in Urban Decay Cosmetics, Ulta Beauty, H&M, the Bad Girls Club, Chris Crocker, EOS, whatever that is, Petty Mayonnaise, all these different things, right? And I don't know this industry, right? But these affinity scores are quite high, right? So these people coincide. They're interested in all the same things, right? As you notice here, all those options did not come up when it came to suggestions right here, right? Because it's, more accurate and gives you more data as to why they overlap, etc. And these affinity scores change. They go higher than this, obviously. But as you can see very quickly, if you would have went with just the suggested options, they really wouldn't be as similar as you think and probably be the best audiences to create new ad sets in, as if you went to audience insights and pulled the page likes, affinity scores, etc. Right? So that is something that I would absolutely recommend you do. Like I said, a lot of people do the opposite, and that's why their testing phases, or when they duplicate and go new ad sets, it doesn't perform as well. Is because the audiences really aren't as overlapping as they thought. So what I would recommend is when you find an audience that's working well for you, go into audience insights and figure out new pages, new interests based on your winning audience there, and then choose a couple of them, right? I'm not saying you have to go all 10 deep. I believe there's 10. But I would recommend at least selecting the top couple and then testing those, because what you might find is that initial interest performed well for you, like Kylie Jenner, but you might find that Urban Decay or Ulta Beauty is working better for your product instead, right? And then what you can do is you can go and you can get rid of Kylie Jenner, you can type in Ulta Beauty, right? And now you can go and you can figure out, other options for Ulta Beauty, right? So Urban Decay is, a really good option. IT Cosmetics, and it'll spit you up this whole new list, and you can get more and more refined that way. That being said, once you have a lot of data, you shouldn't be needing to look at these different audiences, because you'll have so many lookalike audiences based on the data that you would have. But regardless, use this as your way to find new audiences for your ad set levels for your different campaigns. So I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. Hope you learned something. And if there's a topic that you want me to cover in an upcoming YouTube video, I can't promise it's going to be tomorrow, but if you comment down below, I'll definitely try to make a video revolving around that. So again, appreciate your time. Use this, apply this, and let me know how it works for you.